Yeah, welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about the multiplayer combat editor. In this video we're going to build a simple experience system as it is something that lots of people have been asking for. In theory we can already do that using all the videos I provided, but I'm just going to make a simple system that makes it and it's actually quite easy. So the first thing we need is to store the amount of experience we have and the level of our character. And for that we're going to use stats. So we're going to create two new stats, which are experience, we already have that, and level, we already have that as well. So we are fine with what we've got. So we are going to create these stats, actually not create them but add them to our character. So we're going to make a little space there and add two new stats like this: experience and level. We're going to start a level 1. And you might be wondering, what is the maximum value of experience I can have? The value we enter here is the amount of experience we need to reach the next level we are currently at. So if we are at level 1, let's say we're going to need uh, 1000 value, and we're going to say that we spent 1000 value. This will make it so if we display our experience on a bar, it's going to say we have 0 experience over 1000, my bad. uh, I said the number in French. So if we specify 1000 and 1000, it's going to say 0 on 1000 experience on the bar, and when we're going to restore experience, it's going to increase. It's going to go all the way up to 1000. So like that, we're going to hit compile, hit save, and then we're going to add a progress bar. We're going to go over our widget folder, and if I open up our progress bar widget, okay, do we have something like a main HUD or something like this? I'm not sure. How are we actually adding stuff to our screen? So when I hit play, it's lagging a bit, and that's just because we added stats. So I'm not sure how we are adding stuff to our screen, but anyway, we're going to create a new user interface, which is widgets, main HUD, like this, and we're going to add that to our screen when we spawn, like that. Where should we add this? That's actually we are already okay. So we created that stat watcher, which has a canvas panel, and we're going to add we're going to build an experience bar, and we're going to put that here, I think, like this. So how are we going to do that? We're going to go back there, delete main HUD, create a new widget, not like this. We're going to delete that. We're going to create a new loop. We're going to need a lerp, a progress bar. We're going to need a progress bar. This is going to be our experience bar, like that. This is going to have a progress bar. So this is the subject of another video. I should not be going over how you can create a progress bar using built-in MCE features. I'm going to make that progress bar, I don't know, something like this, maybe something like that. I'm going to make the progress bar purple, for instance, like this. I'm going to say that the background is a bit blurry, like that. Okay. Going to delete that. I'm going to leave the tick. If I'm not leaving the tick, it's not going to lerp. Like this. Function. We need to override get progress bar. Like this. And then we can just say that in our stat watcher we have an experience bar. You can drag and drop that and put that wherever you want. I'm going to put that here and move the rest a little above, like that. If I'm hitting play, we have the experience bar, but it's not tied to their experience, so we're going to tie that. So we added our experience bar to this widget. So if we drag a wire out of this widget, we can get our experience bar. And we need to record that stat watcher. So we need to record that experience bar. We need to tell it to list to bind itself to the experience. So if we hit play, now it's empty because we have 0 experience. And now let's say we want to gain experience when we kill targets. We're going to need to bind ourselves to our combat manager, initialization combat, like this. When our combat manager is ready, we are going to grab our combat manager and we're going to assign on kill like this. I'm going to move stuff around. Alright. Like this. And then we're going to say that on kill we want to grant experience. On kill we are going to actually grab our stat manager and restore experience. We're going to earn 250 experience, and I'm just going to decrease the amount of health we get just so we die a little bit quicker, like that. So I earned 1/4 of my experience bar, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. Oh, he's always respawning there, my bad. Like this, and my bar is filled. So we need to do some stuff to handle the level up. So if we go to stat initialization, when the stats are ready, we are actually going to bind ourselves to an event called onStatFull. This is an event which is triggering whenever a stat is full, regardless of what stat it is. So, and it's telling you what stat is being filled. So you can switch, you can actually ask, is the stat being full actually the experience? If it is, then we're going to create a new function called level up. Go back to event graph. So when the stat experience is full, we're going to level up. And when we level up, what do? We empty our stats experience. Why? Because when we hit a new level, we are actually going to reset our amount of experience to reach the next level on the lists. The next level. You see what I mean? So we're going to try just to see if it works. Yep, it works. So I reached the maximum amount of experience and it got reset to 0. But what else do we want to do? We want to set new max value. We want to increase our level actually. So we want to get our current level and we want to increase that by 1. So grab our maximum level plus 1 and we want to set the new max level to that. And we also want to, we are actually going to truncate that and promote that to a variable, not to a variable, to a local variable, which we are going to call new level, like this. And we're going to print to the string our new level, like this. Like that, I mean, reach at level, new level, like this. And maybe you want to increase the amount of experience you need each time you level up, and in that case you can say that's what do you want to do? You want to increase the maximum value of experience, because right now the maximum value of the max value of experience is equal to 1000, so you need 1000 to reach the next level. So you might want to increase that maximum to something like I don't know, 1250 or 2000. It depends on your experience progression curve. You can build any curve you want. We're going to build a simple logic that does this for us. If we go to third-person blueprint utilities, we can create a new curve. I don't even remember where is this curve. We want a curve float. This is going to be level experience per level curve. Open that up. You can add 2 points. The first one is going to be at 1, and the second point is going to be at the maximum level you have. Let's say 100. Let's fill to horizontal and vertical. So the first level is going to be worth to cost 1000 experience, and the last level is going to cost I don't know, 50,000 for instance, like this. And then you can add a new variable to your character, which we are going to call experience curve. We're going to grab our curve. It's going to be a curve float. Hit compile, hit save. You can select your curve now. Experience per level curve, like that. Drag the curve, get value, get float value, and plug that here. And grab your new level local variable and plug that here. And this says tell me how much experience you need if you are at that level, and it's going to give you the amount of experience needed on that curve, like this. So maybe we can display that number on our experience bar. If we add text if we add an overlay, we're going to cut the progress bar, add an overlay to the size box, and paste the progress bar inside the overlay. Then we're going to add a text. and we're going to put that text in the middle of everything, make that a little smaller, and make the bar bigger, like this. Hit compile, hit save. And actually we're going to need 3 texts, so we're going to need an horizontal box. And we're going to make that text smaller, and we're going to make that box in the middle. And we're going to need 3 texts. In the middle, it's just going to be a slash. We're going to actually display the amount of experience we have, like this for now. We're going to make the texts in the middle. And we're going to give them, I don't know why they are at the bottom. I'm not sure, but we do not care. We're going to promote that to a variable, that one as well. This is going to be text current value. The other one is going to be text max value. And I think we got some getters for that, or maybe we're going to need to do that by hand. Alright, we're going to do that by hand. Update the text by hand, I mean. Event updates values, I think. We're going to call the parents just so we're sure we don't break any logic. And now we're just going to grab our text and say set text, like this. The current is going to be that. We're going to truncate the value just so we have round numbers on the screen. We're going to truncate the maximum value as well, like this. If we hit compile, hit save, hit play, I'm going to be at 0/1000. If I kill the other guy, I'm going to move up to 250. 500, 750. And I'm going up, but I'm not, it didn't increase the amount of experience needed, and I'm not sure why. And it didn't print, we reached the level. Okay, so I know what I did wrong. We want to say that this is going to be the experience. The new maximum stat we were changing is the level, and we actually want to change the experience. I reached the level 100 and 400, 1400. Don't know if you noticed in the previous play. So is it going to work? I think it will. All right. So what happened there? We actually need to empty the resource after we change the max value. So like this, we need to empty the stats, the experience in the end. We have an infinite loop. I think I know why. If we do this, we get an infinite loop because we are reaching the maximum, and it's triggering when we reach the maximum. And we are setting the new max value of the stats, and this, I think what's going on here is that this is triggering stats reach maximum, and therefore this is re-triggering the level up logic. So how do we get rid of that silly error by just we could just empty the stats twice, once before and once after, but that's we're just going to check if it's if it fixes the bug, just to see if the bug really comes from what I said. I'm tired of killing the other player, so I'm just going to say that if we what happens what happened when I press P? Okay, it's changing something in my I'm going to get rid of that logic. So I'm just going to say that I'm not going to get rid of everything. I'm going to grab that, grab the P. When I press P, what do I want to do? I want to actually, what do we do when we gain experience? When we kill, we gain experience. We're going to collapse that. We're going to call that gain experience. And when we hit P, we're going to call the server gain XP like this. This is going to be run on server gain experience, hit compile, play. When I hit P, I'm earning experience. Okay, so the bug was indeed coming from what I thought it would. And P is not working there, oddly enough. And do I earn experience from killing people? Yes, I do. So I cannot cheat on clients, interestingly enough. And if that is reliable, okay, that's it because I did not call that server gain experience like this. So the client can gain experience by cheating as well. Alright, so the client is level 4, is level 5. But one of the problem of that method is that at that stage I got 2,750 over 300 over 3,000. So if I earn 250 experience, it's fine, it's going to work. But if I earn let's say 1,000 experience, it's not going to bring me at it's not going to keep the remaining experience and grant it on the next level. I'm always going to be reset at zero, and that's not what we want. So we want to say that when we gain experience, we want to build a simple logic that makes the calculation for us. So we're going to add a float to our gain experience function, which is going to be the amount of experience we gain. And in there, we're going to get stat experience like this. And we're going to say is amount plus current value greater than max value. If not, we're just going to go ahead and add the amount of experience we want. But if it is greater than, we're actually going to reduce the addition of these two, current value and amount of experience, to add decrement that by the maximum value, and this is going to be the rest of experience we need to add to the next level remaining. So we're going to promote that to a variable, remaining XP to add like this. And we are then going to restore stats, hit compile, hit save, and then go back to level up. And we don't want to empty the stat. We are actually going to empty it first, then set its new max value, then we're going to not empty it and not we're going to empty it another time, and then we're going to gain experience. And how much experience we're going to gain? We're going to gain the remaining XP to add. Like this, and then we're going to empty that amount. We are first going to get the remaining XP to add. We're going to add that to our local variable, remaining XP, like this. Then we are going to empty it like this. We're going to get rid of that and use this. We're going to call that temp remaining XP. So why are we keeping that in a local variable and resetting that? Resetting this because we are actually, this is the moment where we are actually recovering that XP. So okay, we don't need to store that anymore. We need to reset that. And in here we are recovering the experience, and we need to have that variable available in case we cross the maximum amount of experience another time, a second time. So we need that variable to be available to use in there. So when we level up, we are now recovering the amount of experience we needed, we lacked, we over experienced, I mean. And in event graph, we're going to say that we gain experience from kills. We gain 500, for instance. We're going to see how we can mitigate that. And in there, we're going to earn 1,500 experience when we hit P. And so it's instantly updated everything. And as you can see, it's keeping track of how many experience it should add. It should add to the next level. And in this case, it should be 600. Yep. Yep, so that's working, but it's kind of instantaneous, and maybe we want to see that lerping. So if we go to the experience bar, we'll need a second bar, or actually no, we're going to override another function which is get not lerp speed, which is going to be get actually I think we can just say when it goes up it lerps at 5 speed, for instance. If I hit P, so it's only lerping when I'm not reaching the next level. And that's because we actually need to, when we level up, we actually need to split the different actions we are doing. We actually need to add a little delay to our logic if we want our player to be able to see the bar being filled. So we are leveling up, and then we are emptying everything, and that's what we need to delay. That's that logic. So we're just going to cut that and create a new function, set new max experience, which we're going to where we are going to paste what we copy, what we cut. go back to level up, set timer by event, create event. We want our set new max experience event. We're going to say, wait 1 second. All right, that these are the local variables we created in the previous function. We're going to promote that to a local variable. New level is just going to turn into get current. We're just going to store our level into a variable instead of getting it with get stats all the time. Go back to level up. In there, we get our stats, and we are promoting this to a local variable. Get rid of this. Delete new level. Delete temp remaining XP. We don't need this. Promote that to a variable. This variable is going to be our level. So we actually don't need the get stats either. We just need to say that our level is going up. Like this. And we are going to start at level 1. I compiled. So we start at level 1 and then we go up, and we're going to connect that level to our stat creation at the place where we create the level. We actually don't start level at level 1 necessarily. Maybe you are going to load that variable out of a save game. So we're going to, for instance, start at level 3. And in that case, we need to actually plug our stats, our experience stat creation after that. And we need to grab our experience curve, get value, uh, get float value. We want to grab our level. And this is going to be our maximum value and spend value, like this. And maybe you are going to start off with a few experience, gain experience, and in there you're going to plug the amount of experience you stored in your save game, for instance. So we're fine with this. We are starting with our level. When we level up, we increase our level, we change the stats, we wait for 1 second, and then we set our new experience based on our level, like this. So I think we do not need to empty the stat now. We can just do this, setting the new max, emptying it. We're going to try that out. We're going to plug that. And I have another print string going on, and I think it's in there, and I'm just going to get rid of it because it's actually, I was doing some testing. Anyway, let's hit play. If I hit P, I think there was something wrong, but I'm not sure. So if I hit P, I earn a lot of experience, and it actually bugged. It's quite strange. I think, okay, I think I know why. That's because I got rid of the empty stats. So that's not ideal, but it's going to work perfectly, I think. All right. So I think it's working fine. And what if we change a bit that lerp speed because it's going a bit too fast? And if you spam P, what happens? Alright, yeah, it's not working um, wonderfully. It's not storing every experience we are earning when the delay is up. So when we are waiting for our next level, I think it's actually failing to calculate the amount of experience we should be gaining. So we're going to build a simple logic that does that for us. We're going to add a new variable, which is going to be a boolean, getting boolean, which is going to be b leveling up, and we are setting this to true in here, and we're going to set that to false when we set our max experience. And when we gain experience, if we are leveling, if we are not leveling, we are actually going to gain our stat like usual. But if we are leveling up, what are we going to do? We're going to increase the amount of experience to gain when we end our level up by the amount of experience we want to gain, like this. So if I'm hitting play, if I'm going to hit P 3 times, so I should be gaining 2 levels. And it didn't work. Actually, maybe it did. How much XP is the second level? Oh, it did not work. It actually adds. It's not working. Why is it not? Are we not leveling up? Okay, my bad. No, that's the... When we are leveling up, we are in that stage, and after that, we are no longer leveling. Why? Hmm. It's quite strange because we are overriding that. So we hit the maximum amount, so it stores the amount of experience we need to to get. We are missing. That variable is then so, and this triggers the level up, which says you are leveling up, and then remaining XP to add. Why is it not working? We're going to print that value just so we understand what's going on there. He knows. He's telling me it gets. He's telling me it gets experience to add, but it's not adding it. And before it was. All right. Okay. My bad. So we need to. This function is actually being called there. and I need to say that I ended leveling before calling the function. That's why it was failing to add any experience. So if I'm hitting play, yep, it's working. So no matter how many times you hit P, I think you're going to, it's just going to work like this. I did not verify the amount of level we were, the levels we were reaching, but I'm pretty confident it's working. So how do we specify how much experience we gain from kills? That's pretty easy. When we get a kill, you can break the killing damage. You can break the owner of the damage. You can get owner. And this is the targets which you killed. So for instance, you can say, is that a character? Is this a character? If so, this is the character you killed. You can you could be okay, I'm lost in the space. Oh, yeah. You could be saying that you earn experience based on the level of the target you killed, for instance. I don't know, you earn that amount of experience based on the level, but maybe it's not a character, so maybe it's an enemy. There is no enemy. Yes, there are enemies in the. They are just not loaded. So if I open that up, it's going to lag a bit and it's going to load them. For instance, you could be saying, hey, if it's not a character, then maybe it's an enemy. And you could be getting a variable out of this, how many experience it's supposed to give you. For instance, if you, this could be your type of enemy, and you could be creating an experience variable in your enemy like this, not a function, not a macro, but a variable. Experience amounts, for instance. This is a float, for instance, 500. And you could be seeing in there, I gain experience based on the experience amount of my character, like this. It compile, hits play, and when you kill the other player, you earn 500 experience because it's level 1. So I'm earning 500, but if the other player is killing me, he's going to earn, oh, only 500? Why? Level is level properly set everywhere? Maybe the client wasn't strange. What happened there? I'm going to level up. So the other player is level 3, I'm going to kill him. And I'm only earning 500 experience. Why is it so? Because the level... This is called everywhere. It's strange that level up. So everyone should be receiving the information that it reached the maximum amount of experience. So I think this should be triggering everywhere. So I'm quite confident about the fact that everyone is receiving the information of how much level the other player have, because I felt like it was the bug we were experiencing. So I'm level 2. I'm going to kill someone of level 2. Oh, and there is a bug in the skills. And so, okay, so the other client definitely. Okay, okay. That's because my bad, my bad. This is not the guy we killed. This is the guy who killed. So I was gaining experience based on my level. So, but it's quite easy as well. You can just say break it results, and instead of getting the owner, you're just getting the hit actor instead of getting the owner of the damage. So the hit actor is basically who took the damage, like this. And this time is going to work. So that guy is going to level up to level 2. This guy is level 1. If the level 2 kills the level 1, he's going to earn 500 experience. But if the red player kills the other player, he's going to level up. He's going to earn 1000 experience. So we are fine with this. So I think it's going to end up to wrap up the video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.